Welcome to TYT Sports, everybody. Ben Mankiewicz, Jason Rubin here. Richard Sherman, who is no stranger to being friendly in the press conference, throwing out some words to trash talk in the press conference, simply a media mogul in the NFL, had some interesting words specifically targeted at Robert Kraft and Roger Goodell. Because now there's a tweet that we're going to throw in front of you guys so you can see that shows Roger Goodell and Robert Kraft maybe buddy-buddy, good friends.
The perception of the Patriots is they get as close to the line as they can without trying to cross over.
I think the perception is the reality. I mean, it is what it is. You know, their resume speaks for itself. You talk about getting close to the line. It's that in a second. I mean, I don't really have a comment about that. But I mean, their past is what their past is. Their present is what their present is. And will they be punished? Probably not. You know, not as long as Robert Kraft and Roger Goodell are still taking pictures at their respective homes. You know, I think it was just at Kraft's house last week for the AFC Championship. You know, you talk about conflict of interest. But you know, as long as that happens, it won't affect them at all, and nothing will stop them.
My thoughts is that on some very deep level, I really love Richard Sherman. You know, and I'm just glad he's in the league, and it's way more interesting with guys like him because unlike some other guys who always seem to sort of have a swirl of controversy around them, minor controversy. He doesn't have real controversy around him, you know. Like he can back it up because he's really smart, right? And an interesting guy. That said, the owners hired Roger Goodell. I mean, he works for them. So he's kind of an employee of theirs. So yeah, he goes to their house. It means nothing. It means nothing. It's like those. It's just a giant fake aha moment.
I'm very glad that you said that. But in addition to that, Richard Sherman, was he Stanford?
Yeah.
Correct? Yeah, he's wildly intelligent, and that's, I mean, just from previous press conferences.
You know, but even forget where he went to school, whatever. You could just tell by the way
the way he handles himself in the media. But I also love the Richard Sherman and Doug Baldwin when they came out after their game, when they were defending a lot of Marshawn Lynch and how taking shots at the NFL.
You guys can see I brought my guy, Doug Baldwin, with me today. You always want to share with your teammates, share your success. So I'm taking any questions.
What about the busy offseason?
Oh, man, it's been incredible. It's been incredible. You know, we've done a lot of things. We got a lot of things. You know, the other day, Marshawn Lynch got fined $100,000. Did you know that? $100,000. And it's like, they wouldn't even paid him $100,000 if he had talked. If he had spoken. Doug, do you think they would have paid him $100,000?
No, they sure wouldn't have.
Jeez Louise. But you know who does pay me a lot of money? Beats by Dre, the wonderful headphones that I wear.
I like those headphones.
But the league doesn't let me say anything about them. Doug, why is that?
I don't know. Sounds kind of hypocritical to me.
No, it sounds a little bit hypocritical.
Richard Sherman versus the NFL is an interesting case, if that would ever happen, just because it just seems like Richard Sherman is smarter than the NFL.
You know, and Baldwin did that thing that it's hard to do if you're the Seattle Seahawks. You know, he did nobody believes in us. Everybody's counting us out. What are you talking about? You're the Seahawks. Half the world expected you to come back and win that game. But that's like the Atlanta Hawks are doing that this year in the NBA. You know, the Panthers could have done it when they lost, when they went 1-8-1 after games, you know, whatever that is, games 3 through 12. They could have said nobody believes in us, you know, because nobody believed in them. But people believe in but again, it's nice, good work, Doug Baldwin, for for making that happen.
Richard Sherman, who's been known to, first of all, his response, by the way, to one of the questions they asked with the are you the best cornerback in the league? I don't answer preschool questions.
That's good, but I mean, I'd say you're the best cornerback in the league. You had what appeared to be a broken arm. Not just a broken arm. It appeared to be shattered.
Right, he was pinned.
You'd be shattered, and they still wouldn't throw at you.
Right.
So I would say, yeah, you're the best you're the best quarterback in the league.
Yeah, I agree. That matchup, though, Sherman versus, I think he's going to be on Edelman. I'm sure there's going to be changing up a lot, the formations. But that Julian Edelman, Richard Sherman matchup will be very look forward to.
Yeah, it'd be interesting, but I mean, believe me, as good as Julian Edelman has been, Richard Sherman has faced a tougher, more challenging receivers.
Yes.
Edelman is
short and quick.
Yeah, short and quick, but he's faced big, strong, and quick. So, he big and strong are out of the equation with Julian Edelman.
All right. Well, there it is, guys. Don't forget to subscribe. Leave your comments in the section below.
Just, I want before you leave your comments, the follow-up question to all those conspiracy theory questions. And again, I'm on Richard Sherman's side because I like him. And who likes Roger Goodell and Bob Kraft?
Goodell bot.
What's Goodell bot?
South Park reference. Just go.
I don't watch South Park.
Oh, okay.
It's a cartoon, and it's insidious, and it's destroying the minds of young people, Jason. And it wasn't fair to Tom Cruise. But you always want to ask the question, like to Sherman saying, conflict of interest there, and you want to go, and what happens now? Like, what's the next part of that conflict? Roger Goodell, allowed the balls to be inflated or deflated? Make sure the Patriots win the toss? Like, what? What does he do?
The conflict is Roger Goodell didn't invite Robert Kraft on his boat cruise.
But you then ask what's next? Has he told the officials to call things a certain way?
Right. Well, how?
Who owns the Seahawks? Paul Allen?
I believe so. How deep does the rabbit hole go?
I'm pretty sure Roger Goodell is also friends with Paul Allen.
I'm pretty sure he's friends with all of them. He must be. But again,
Not
guys,
Dan Snyder.
Subscribe.
Who could be friends
You
with
can
Dan
follow
Snyder.
Ben at BenMag77. You can follow myself at JasonRubin91. You can follow, more importantly, TYT Sports at TYT Sports. And we'll see you.